On April the 29th, 2017, Jordan Edwards was shot and killed by a Box Spring police officer, Roy Oliver. Now, many of you may have already heard about this or seen this on the news, seen the protests, seen the family speaking out about this, but if you don't, here's the deal. There was a 911 call placed out about a party, about teenagers being loud. And so when the police responded to the party, they apparently, somebody said there were shots fired. And so kids, of course, are running around. They're scared, running in terror. Jordan's in the car with his brothers and some of his friends. It's a total of 5 boys in a car. They're attempting to leave the party. First report said the car was backing up aggressively towards the police officer. Didn't make any sense when they said it. But that was the first report released, that the car was backing up aggressively towards the officer. So he shot into the car with a rifle and killed Jordan Edwards. Now, once the chief of police of Box Springs reviewed the videotape, reviewed the dash cams and the body cameras, he realized that the police officer had lied to him. And they fired him and then later on charged him for murder. Now, we're still waiting to make sure that justice has been served. But this man fired. First of all, you don't shoot into a car full of people. He lied. He shot into a car full of teenage boys. There were 5 boys inside of his car. And I'm going to say his name is Roy Oliver. That's the name of the person that murdered Jordan Edwards. That's the name. Roy Oliver murdered Jordan Edwards. He shot into his vehicle, killed him in front of his brother and his friends. Then the police took his friends into custody. Imagine seeing your friend, your brother, be murdered, and then you put in handcuffs and taken to jail. These are minors. These are all children. Let's remember that. These are minors. These are 15, 16-year-olds. Now let's talk about Officer Oliver, Roy Oliver, somebody who shouldn't even be there in the first place. And I have to point the fingers at Dallas Police Department, because a few weeks prior to that, Officer Edwards was in a car wreck. And he got out of his car. He was dressed in his regular clothes, walked up to the other person that was in the car wreck, pulled his gun out and placed it against their window. No badge. Nothing was shown. By the time Dallas PD showed up, he'd holstered his weapon and had his badge out. The boys in blue messed up. You want people to trust the police department, but you won't hold your own accountable for something like that that was reckless and dangerous. And had Dallas police taken action at that point in time, he never would have been on the streets to kill Jordan Edwards. So we have to point that at them. And of course, and I've been seeing this everywhere in comments, everywhere, people automatically demonizing Jordan Edwards. He should have never been at a drinking and drugging party, loud and gang. And I'm like, seriously, you don't know what was going on. What we do know, those boys were trying to leave the party. They didn't want any parts of what was going on. They were trying to leave. And to have their friend, their loved one, get killed trying to do the right thing and leave. And since people, of course, are trying to drag Jordan through the mud, let's talk about Roy a little bit more. His father came out, well, my son, he's a wonderful human being. He's a great husband. He's a great father. He's a husband that had 2 children born within weeks of each other. 1 child from his wife, 1 child from his girlfriend. The father that's making these comments was in jail for molesting a child. Let's drag all of this up. Because it's sad to say, whenever a person of color dies, we have to bring up a resume of why he was not worthy of death, of why he should have lived. He was a good student. Everybody loved him. His mother loved him. This was a good child. He was bright. He was smart. He was going places. And it's sad to say, we have to come up with reasons of why he should not have died in order to get people to care, because they're still not caring. They're still questioning the legitimacy of Black Lives Matter at a time like this, because blacks are seen as targets, not children. Do you honestly think if there was a car full of white kids at a white party that he would have shot his gun so recklessly into that vehicle? He would not have done that. I know this. You know this. So, let me know what you think about it. Leave your comments down below. And let me let my dog outside.